So this is pretty interesting, really, when it comes to persuasion and how people were doing it a little bit different back in the old days. Especially if you take a look inside the Bible. More precisely, if you take a look at King David. You know, David who killed Goliath. This was before he was king. Because I'm not going to go into the whole Bible literally and proverbially here, but we're going to discuss a little bit about what David did in order to persuade King Saul to give him his daughter, because King Saul had a daughter, and David wanted to marry Saul's daughter. So Saul said, look, we're battling the Philistines here. You go out and you bring me 200 foreskins. Pretty insane. And so let me just read verbatim from the first book of Samuel, chapter 18, verse 27. David took his men with him and went out and killed 200 Philistines and brought back their foreskins. They counted out the full number to the king so that David might become the king's son-in-law. Then Saul gave him his daughter Michal in marriage. Boom. That's pretty wild. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you to go out there and kill 200 people and to count their foreskins and to bring you with them back home to your future father-in-law. I don't know. This is probably... I'm assuming that's illegal all over the world, so please don't do that. Jokes aside. However, think about the massive persuasion lesson that's in it. Because if you're bringing back these... Imagine the sight. Here's what I'm thinking. If you're Saul, and you don't want to, because Saul didn't like David. So if you're Saul, you're giving David this impossible task. Because surely Saul thought that David would be killed, because killing 200 men is no small feat. And so he is sitting there going, yeah, well, what sort of an insane task can I give this young boy so that he might get killed, so I don't have to give away my daughter to him? Oh yeah, that's right. Not only am I gonna demand that he kills 200 Philistines, I'm actually gonna demand that he chops off their foreskins and bring them back to me, because surely he won't be able to do that, because it's insane, and because he's gonna get killed. Well, lo and behold, God had other plans. And so imagine the sight. David and his men are, rolling into Saul's temple, wherever he was seated, inside the throne room, the anteroom, whatever it was called. Perhaps not the anteroom, but certainly the throne room. And dumping 200 foreskins in front of him and go, look, here they are. Where's your daughter, please? Pretty fascinating and pretty fun, actually. And also very, very persuasive. Because at that point, it was crystal clear. He's actually gone out there and he's collected these 200 foreskins. Which means he did exactly what the king wanted him to do. And he's also now shown that he's a force to be reckoned with. This is actually like, and switching gears from foreskins and biblical times to a cleaning product, a detergent that I saw an advert for. There was no sound, there was no text, no information about what the detergent contained. You just saw it in action. People were cleaning the counters inside of some junk food kitchen where there's lots of grease, lots of food stains, dirty spots, food leftovers. The detergent, easily and swiftly removed everything in one fell swoop, almost. And so you don't need to say anything if that's the case. If you have a proper demonstration, either through cleaning a kitchen counter or bringing back foreskins from dead Philistines, you don't need so much, you don't need to talk at all, because the demonstration does the selling, the demonstration does the persuasion. And that's the lesson here. So, once again, switching gears, if you want to learn more about persuasion, then get subscribed to my email list, where you can also buy ad spots. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.